Welcome to the CEO Masterclass. I am your guide, Rachel L. Gary, and this is where I talk to goal setters who are overwhelmed or burned out and provide strategies that allow you to move from where you are to where you want to be and have better tomorrows. Let's jump right in. I am taking applications, guys. And what am I taking applications for? It's the CEO. And what does a CEO stand for? Someone who is clear in their actions, who is empowered by their choices, and who has ownership of your direction. And if you're still here, I am assuming you are ready to accept your role. Give you a couple minutes to think about it, CEOs. So go on in there. I want y'all to think about it. So if you are ready to be the CEO, let's get into what's in the masterclass today. Today we are going to be talking about self-esteem. How you can be in the way of your greatness. What it looks like when you have a strategy. And the strategy to build up the CEO of my life. For those who are new to the boardroom, when I say you are the CEO, I'm talking to the person in you. So when I say you are the CEO, you want to say of my life. So that is what we're talking about today. So my question, I was asked a question by one of the great people out there. And the question was, how do I build up my self-esteem? So I decided I was going to dig into that. Have you ever noticed how self-doubt creeps in just when you are on the verge of doing something amazing? Almost as if it is trying to hold you back from your own greatness. It's kind of fascinating, isn't it? That self-esteem often acts as a silent gatekeeper to our potential. We allow self-doubt to take over. We unintentionally get in our own way. But when we recognize and challenge those limiting beliefs, we can set aside and let our true greatness shine through. So think about the last time you were ready, when you overcame self-doubt. How did you succeed? Wasn't that the moment when you had undeniable growth? Let me know in the chat. When you got out your own way for a second and you just kept moving forward, at that point, that's when you were like, I can make it happen. So what is the key to unlocking your full potential? Simply get out of your own way and letting your natural talents and abilities lead the way. We all have those natural things that we are really gifted at, things that we do very well. When we let those things take over, we are always moving forward in the most positive direction with courage and with the possibility of making tomorrow great. So imagine if you stop letting negative self-talk dictate your actions. So we're going to shift our focus from self-criticism to self-empowerment, that E. So you'll create a pathway for your greatness. So the journey to higher self-esteem is about acknowledging your worth. How worthy are you of your better tomorrows and your capabilities of those better tomorrows? You have all the tools right now to get started because you are you. You've been through things, you've gone past those things, and you've moved forward to the future. Let's go back to the present you. So who I'm talking about is the one who believes in your innate greatness. Okay, so the strategy. This is where we go. There are 3 things. You know, guys, I do everything in 3s. So 1, we're going to reflect on our inner dialogue. And let's break down what is our inner dialogue. It's what we say to ourselves, the thoughts that we have, and how those thoughts are stopping us from being whom we know we are and allow us to stand up for who we are becoming. So those thoughts, how do you get rid of the inner dialogue? We have 80,000 thoughts a day. So with 80,000 thoughts, there are going to be some negative ones that creep in. How do you combat it? Notice that it's happening. Don't shy away from the negative thought. And don't get upset with yourself because the negative thought came in. Of 80,000 thoughts, do you think that everyone is going to be positive? But what you do with that thought is what sets you apart and allows you to start moving forward towards your greatness. When the thought happens, acknowledge that it happened. I have a 5-part thing that I call FADR. And it is focus, acknowledge, debunk, elevate, and reprogram. And I want to dive into it right here. What you do is you acknowledge, so something happened. So you want to focus that it happened. You want to acknowledge, okay, that negative thought crept in. You want to debunk. And what I mean by debunk is you want to get rid of that thought, that action, that past life has any bearing on your current situation. You can learn from your past. You cannot bring the past back. You can only move forward. So you have the present is where you are. And if you live in the present, the past has done nothing but form and made you resilient to your present self and prepared you for the future you. That's what I mean by debunk. That has no relevance on where you're going in the future. Elevate yourself above it. What I mean by elevate is, hey, I got through it. You want to say it to yourself. I got through it. Say it to yourself a couple times, because if you got through whatever happened in the past, you're already 5 steps towards your better future. And reprogram. Tell yourself that the positive situation, I made it through that issue. I made it past that problem. I made it over that trauma. Because that trauma is not going to continue traumatizing me. This is how you reprogram yourself and give yourself that positive place to come from when the negativity comes your way. Because out of 80,000 thoughts, there is going to be some negative thoughts. I'm an extremely positive person, and I continually put positive things into myself. However, there are moments when I have negative thoughts. I had 2 or 3 negative thoughts today. And I had a great conversation with a gentleman today that brought me back to the why I do what I do. And it allowed me to go right back to that positive moment. And I was like, at the end of the day, positivity resonates with other people and allows other people to be successful. So I'm always open for success. So 2, celebrate your strengths and achievements. What I was just saying, you made it through it. That's the reprogram. And that's when you're going to celebrate. You're going to celebrate that you were strong enough to get through it. If you're still here, you have the strength. If you're still standing, you were able to climb over. If you're still moving forward, that past is just like a scary movie. When people are running, the antagonist is way far behind. However, as you're running away from it,
there, CEO. Don't forget to click that link and get your 7-day challenge. Remember, it's free. It's aligned with you being the person who has clarity in your actions, who's empowered by your choices, and who's owning your direction to be the CEO of my life.
You're getting further and further away until you get to a point where you're so far away from what has happened that you are now able to say, did that really happen? Because remember, the older you get, the further back the activity is. So let's not pull that activity from our past and bring it into our future. Celebrate that you made it. Because we all have a moment that we made it through. So celebrate and acknowledge that you are great and that you were resilient. And that's why you are at the point of time of your life today. 3, when you are setting goals, make them intentional. and take ownership for the goal. I mention quite often about goals because everything you do in your life is a goal. For what we're talking about, building self-esteem, to build self-esteem, it has to be a goal in your mind that you at this point want to be, you want to have the courage, you want to have the confidence to be someone better than you are today. Now, that's not saying that you're not a great person today. It's just saying that you have more potential and more greatness in you. You're great and awesome today, but tomorrow you want to be superior. The day after that, you want to be supreme. And how do you do that? Set those intentional goals. I'm intentionally going to do A, B, C, D. I am is a powerful phrase. So you want to say, I am, I have, I'm doing, I've done. So affirmations go in several ways. So that's a way to stay positive. Having those positive affirmations, giving yourself a positive point of reference. So I always use affirmations. And affirmations is something I also give away within my 7-day challenge. Because you need a point of positive reference to be able to get to the next level. Have the courage to move forward. Have that confidence to stand firm. And move forward in your positive, great direction of success. So set those intentional goals with milestones. And building your self-esteem is only a you away. So what are today's takeaways? Today's takeaways are, there are 3 things that you can do to combat having lower self-esteem and building up the person that is great in you. Reflect on your inner dialogue. Celebrate the strength and achievements of your life. And set intentional goals that allow you to take ownership for being a CEO of your life. And as always, I have a free gift. My free gift is a 7-day challenge. Click the link that is in the bio, or if you're in the Habits group, it's in the Habits group section. You should be able to see the link. The link is a free 7-day challenge. If you're someone who's already been through the 7-day challenge, please put that information in the Habits group. We would love to know how that 7-day challenge went. With that 7-day challenge comes affirmations. 7 days of affirmations. And also, you get a weekly tip. Not just the tips that I provide here. Something that is actionable. Because as I said, at the end of the day, I am here to help you be the best CEO of my life. So please like, follow, comment, share. Bring other people to the room. Because in this group, it's all about us having each other's back, holding each other up, and bringing people from where we are to where we want to be. Until next week, I want the CEOs out there to drop some information in the comments. Let me know of a question that you have. Today, my question was given to me about how to build self-esteem. If you have a question right now, I'm taking 5 questions within the Habits group. Okay, so I have one question. So someone asked, what is freedom? And I'm going to, because there's no context, and since I only answer questions about goal setting, goal achievement, I'll give an answer to what I think that you mean. And if you want to expound more before I answer the question, that would be great. I want to make sure I give an answer that's going to help you be successful. But what I see as freedom, we have freedom on an everyday basis. We are free to make choices. We make choices to go to work. We make choices to stay home. We make choices to do a multitude of things. At the end of the day, what is freedom? Freedom is you taking ownership for the life in which you have. There is no one outside of you who is in control, who is making you do things, who is pushing you far further than you want to push yourself. So freedom to me is something that we already have. I make a choice every day to get up, get ready, meditate, have my point of affirmation, and remain positive. So if that wasn't what you meant by freedom and you wanted me to go define, please drop that statement in the comments or DM me, and I will make sure next week that I'll expound more in detail about your particular subject. But if anyone else has any questions, please go ahead and drop them in the comment. I'm down to four more questions. As I said, I'm here to help anybody who has any questions about goal setting, goal achievement, about anything that goes with getting distractions out of your way, building time management, prioritizing your day. These are things that are going to help you reach your goals. Because here in the CEO Masterclass, we are helping people go from where you are to better tomorrows. So if there happens to be a question on your mind and you don't want to drop it on camera, that's fine. Please DM me that question, or you can drop that into my email, which is admin. That's ADMIN at JTDKBenterprises.com. That is JTDKBenterprises.com. You drop the question there. I will answer you via email, and I will bring your question on the next live CEO Masterclass. So until next week, CEOs, I want you guys to be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You CEOs. The CEO Masterclass is now adjourned.